All right, let's jump right in. Every single business, every team, is sitting on what is basically a gold mine of information. And honestly, it often goes completely untouched. Now, I'm not talking about the usual stuff like market data or competitor reports. I'm talking about something way closer to home, your own past. In this explainer, we're going to unpack a framework for turning your experiences, yep, the wins, the losses, all of it, into your most powerful strategic tool for what's next.
Just think about that for a second. How many times have you seen a team feel totally stuck? Making the same mistakes, hitting the exact same walls quarter after quarter. It's a huge and super frustrating pain point. But what if we just flip the script on that? What if every single project, every misstep wasn't some failure to be buried, but a lesson just waiting to be learned? This is where we stop being frustrated by the past and actually start getting fueled by it.
So how do we actually make that shift? Well, it's not by just casually thinking about what happened. It takes a structured process, and that's what this is, your toolkit for strategic reflection. It's a real framework designed to turn that hindsight into actual foresight. This is the foundation for everything we're about to cover.
Okay, let's be super clear about what we mean by strategic reflection. The most important words here are to guide future decisions. See, this is not about dwelling on what went wrong or getting stuck in the past. It's a completely forward-looking process. The whole point is to build a real, actionable roadmap, turning all those we should have done this moments into a rock-solid, this is what we will do plan.
Step 1, in any good reflection, you have to define your scope. You just can't analyze everything all at once, right? This simple table forces you to get clear right from the get-go. What exactly are we looking at? For what time period? Who's on point for this review? And what are we trying to get out of it? This sets some clear boundaries and makes sure the whole process stays focused and people are held accountable.
Once you've set the stage, the framework puts the whole business under a microscope, and it does it by looking at these core pillars. We're digging way deeper than just the bottom line here. How did the leadership really do? What did we learn about our product or service? What's the market trying to tell us? And how are our team dynamics helping or hurting our execution? Getting this complete picture is absolutely essential if you want to find the real underlying truths.
And that brings us to the real heart of this whole process. The most valuable lessons, they're almost always hiding at the extremes, in our biggest, most celebrated wins, and in our most painful, significant failures. It's so tempting to just focus on what went right, but trust me, the real gold is usually buried in what went wrong.
So this is the key. You have to analyze both sides of this coin. It's not negotiable. On one side, you dissect your mistakes. And I don't just mean what happened, but the root cause, the real why behind the failure. Then you create a concrete way to prevent it from happening again. On the other side, you do the same thing for your wins. What exactly made it so successful? And how can we turn what might have been accidental magic into a repeatable, systematic process? This dual analysis, it gives you a balanced and incredibly powerful perspective.
It's also so important to remember that not all insights come from inside your own building. It's easy to get tunnel vision. This framework forces you to look outside. What are your customers telling you, both with their words and their actions? What new trends are shaping your market? What are your competitors up to? And hey, what can you learn from your partners and suppliers? So often, the most game-changing insights come from these external sources.
Okay, so we've done the analysis, we've gathered all these great insights, but let's be real. An insight just sitting in a report somewhere is totally useless. This next part is the most critical pivot in the entire process. It's all about turning learning into doing. This is where reflection actually starts to create results.
Look, you might come out of your analysis with dozens of takeaways, but you can't act on everything at once. You'll just get paralyzed. The key to making real change happen is focus. This step is about ruthless prioritization. You have to boil everything down to the top 3 lessons. The 3 most critical insights that are going to have the biggest impact on your business moving forward. These 3 lessons, they become your new North Star.
And now we make those top 3 lessons real with a 3-part action plan. First up, what are the immediate actions or quick wins we can knock out right away to build some momentum? Second, what are the deeper, structural or operational changes we need to make to fix the root cause for good? And third, and this is so important, what cultural behaviors do we need to reinforce in our leaders and our teams to make sure these changes actually stick? And now we get to the final piece of the puzzle, shaping your path forward. This is where we connect all the dots. We're aligning the insights we pulled from the past directly with our big goals for the future.
It's about making sure every single lesson we learned serves a clear, strategic purpose. This timeline just shows how beautifully clear the path from insight to impact can be. You start with a key lesson from your past. You connect it directly to a future business goal. You double-check that alignment, and then, crucially, you assign responsibility. Suddenly, there is a straight, accountable line from a past mistake to a future strategic action that is owned by a specific person or team. That is how real change happens.
And sometimes, after all the analysis and all the planning, the entire process boils down to one single, powerful realization. That one aha moment that just cuts through all the noise and gives you this incredible clarity on the path forward. It could be a mindset shift for the leaders or a totally new way of understanding your customer, but that one single realization could be the most valuable thing you get from this entire exercise.
So we end with the question this entire framework is built to answer. This is really the challenge for you and for your team. It's not just about looking back. It's about taking those lessons, those hard-won lessons, and intentionally, systematically building them into your next success story. So, what are you going to uncover from your own hidden gold mine?